Welcome back. Well, you know, the new year often brings new changes to rules and laws and all kinds of different things. And
I miss your Christmas ties, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I have to bring those back. Dan Oweiler is here. I don't have any New Year's ties.
Yeah,
I have to come up with some.
No blinking ties.
No
or anything?
blinking ties. Good to have you here, sir.
Good to be here.
Happy New Year to you.
Same to you.
And we're bringing up. I remember you telling me about this. We talked about it. I don't know, about a month or so ago.
Well, I think it was proposed.
It was proposed, yeah.
Yeah, at the time.
It's and this is called Retirement Enhancement Act. And one of the main things here was increasing the age for required minimum distribution, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, they had proposed this back in the summer, but as Congress always is very efficient and get things done right away, you know, they didn't get it signed until I think the 15th of December, and President Trump ended up signing it into law, which changed a few things in regards to retirement planning. They want people to have better access to their retirement accounts in emergencies and things like that.
Right, yes.
I think one of the things they allow them to do now is if you have a baby, that you can access your retirement account up to $5,000 or something without any penalty.
Yes.
So that's a good thing. The other thing is as you mentioned, that they ended up, there's a good and bad to this. They allow people to, if you haven't turned 70 and a half, which was the old required minimum distribution age that you had to start taking money out by December 31st, 2019, you can now wait till age 72.
Okay.
So, but if you were 70 and a half prior to that, you have to stay under the old law.
Okay.
Okay. So you have to start taking it out. So if you were 70 and a half in December, you have to go under the old law rather than waiting to 72.
Okay.
That's the good part.
Yeah.
The bad part is they're for inherited IRAs. They've eliminated the opportunity for non-spouse beneficiaries to stretch it out over their lifetimes. So it used to be that a child who was inheriting an IRA at 25 could take out a minimal amount because it's spread out over their lifetime. Okay. Now that has been changed to where they are required to have it distributed over a 10-year period by the end of 10 years. So.
Now, as part of, I'm going to be nice here and say part of the reason is
no, they wouldn't want their taxes.
Yeah. But that's it. That's it. Because why else?
Right.
Why do it?
Yeah, they want to have their taxes paid more than up front rather than spreading. Because these multi-generational IRAs have gone from beneficiary to beneficiary.
Yeah.
And they keep building and they don't get paid taxes on. Well, this is a way that says, okay, if it's a non-spousal beneficiary, such as a nephew or a cousin or something like that, they have to have it paid out in 10 years.
Okay.
Which is unfortunate, but, you know, it is what it is.
Now, does that mean because one of the, I put it another way, one of the advantages of stretching it longer, as it was, is that you would pay less taxes as you get older?
Well,
or no?
No, that's not the reason. Okay. I mean, the IRS publishes in publication 590 of the IRS code, they publish a life expectancy factor.
Okay.
So the life expectancy factor when you turn age 70 and a half right now is 27.4.
Okay.
That's what they, you know, so you take your IRA and divide it into 27 or by 27.4, and that gives you your RMD. Well, a 15-year-old, you might be dividing it by 40 or 50, okay, or 60. And so when you divide that by 60, they're taking out a very minimal amount. Maybe on 100,000, they might take out, you know, $1,500.
Okay.
Well, that IRA is going to be earning money. So rather than going down in value, it's actually building.
Yes.
So it gives the opportunity to say, okay, I can build this asset, take a minimum amount out, and pass that on to the next generation.
Yeah.
So these multi-generational IRA accounts are going to be affected in the long run. And so you know, tax planning comes into play is regarding, you know, we've talked about it before, you know, does it make sense to convert it to a Roth IRA or use life insurance to have an exit strategy type of thing.
Okay.
And so, you know, those are the two things that affect people in regards to their IRA's distribution. The other one is they now allow people who are earning income over age 70 and a half to contribute to an IRA.
Okay.
Before it wasn't, you couldn't contribute to an IRA even though you were still working if you were 70 and a half.
Okay, now you can.
Now you can. They'll allow you to do that. They never prohibited you from contributing to a Roth IRA, but you can now contribute to a traditional IRA as well.
Okay.
So
let me ask you this.
Yeah.
You know, you just happened to mention, what if a 15-year-old inherits an IRA? A grandparent, you know, died rather young or whatever it might be. At that point, because they're a minor, do they have to take a distribution? How does that work?
yeah.
Or the parents do, or how?
No, as a non-spousal IRA, okay, anyone who inherits that does have to take a required distribution. Now that has to start, you know, by December 31st of the year following death.
Okay.
Okay, so if somebody were to pass away in January of this year, okay, they have of December 31st of next year,
2021.
2021,
Okay.
to take out that first distribution.
Okay.
And so you have that RMD factor that you would figure that out, and we help people do that all the time.
Okay.
You know, in regards to that. So, you know, you could have a 2-year-old inherit an IRA, and their life expectancy would be very high, and so the factor would minimize the amount that they had to take out, but they are still required to take that out.
Okay. All right. Interesting. All right. Let's move on to safe harbor for annuity provider selection. Explain that.
Well, what they're allowing to do is they're allowing 401k plans, 457, those types of employer-sponsored plans to include annuity options for them. Before, it's just usually mutual funds or things like that. Now, this plan allows them to include annuity options for them that kind of is a little bit more a safer investment, so to speak, for retirement accounts and things like that. They want to be able to have people have the opportunity to set up, quote unquote, their own pension plans.
Yes.
Okay, and so if you have an annuity option in your 401k or something like that, you can set up what is called a lifetime benefit payout with that. Now, depending upon the plan and depending upon what kind of annuities they offer will depend upon how aggressive or how conservative those annuity options are. So, you know, depending upon the employer will depend upon, you know, if he contracts with certain insurance companies to come in and offer those plans. But the government wanted to be able to have people have that option to them within their 401k or 403bs.
Which is nice because
it is.
most of them, like with ours here, if you want something very safe, you have
money market
basically a money market, which is
doesn't pay anything.
Yeah, whatever it might be. But that's your only safety part, where you go, well, I'm not going to lose any money if the market tanks.
Yeah, the market, you know, we could have sat here today and had a different discussion about, I think the market did 30% last year.
Yeah.
And it's off to a nice start this year.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, is it going to have another 30% this year? Yeah, I don't know. It's an election year, and I don't know that, you know, what happens in an election year. But, you know, it was a nice year, and the annuity options that are tied to the market did very well this year. And so cross our fingers that we don't have a correction.
Yes.
You know, I think of 2008, right? You know, this happened in September. The election was in November. You know,
that's right.
They had the big financial crisis back in 2008, and it was right before the election, which didn't help the election at that time.
No, it didn't.
Depending upon which side you looked at.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, portability of lifetime income investments.
Right. That's basically saying that you want to be able to have these lifetime payouts, okay, and you can take that with you when you leave your employment. So if you end up retiring, you can have a lifetime payout, so to speak, and set up your own pension plans. Again, most of this act has to do with retirement planning. It doesn't affect your income tax or anything like that, other than your required distributions at that time. So there are 2 or 3 significant things: the changing of the age for required distributions, the elimination of the stretch IRA for inherited beneficiaries, contributing to IRAs past age 70 and a half, and the annuity option in 401. Those are the main things that they've come out. They haven't come out with any type of new distribution schedule yet for the life expectancy factors for age 72 and on. I'm sure the IRS will come up with that pretty soon.
Yeah,
but
yes.
right now, it gives you a couple of years before you have to start taking it out, rather than having to start at age 70 and a half.
Yeah, so little tweaks here and there.
Yeah, it's not a big change.
No, the
but
stretch is a little bit.
It has more to do with our planning for
Yeah.
people and things like that. Most of the time, our clients don't need their required distributions, and people realize, hey, I turned age 70 and a half. Do I have? Well, now they can wait a couple years before they have to start.
Yeah.
If you need money, you can take it out, but you don't have to.
Right. All right. Good options then.
Yeah. Well, good to see you.
Good to see you. Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, same to you.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
And you want to get a hold of Dan, you certainly can. At sterlingfa.com is the website. And if you'd like to call him, it's a new year right now, and maybe you're approaching these type of things and want to know about changes.
Start doing some planning.
Yeah. Give him a call at 949-859-8900. We'll be right back.